Hello, everyone, and welcome back on Women's Dialogue, the world first channel to talk about women. Thanks to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for taking out of your day, your evening, the time to come here, to watch, to listen, to learn, and to grow and advance your thinking and knowledge. As you know, in each episode, I try to find the guests that I believe are going to give us thought-provoking question, give us deeper insight into our business and in our ourselves, and give us so much experiences and abundance of insight to learn and motivate from their story, life, and work. So we can learn from their lives, from their mistake, from their failures, from their successes, and the most important, from their wisdom. And today's guest is someone that I have been blown away. I met her for the first time this week, but she's just his, has this natural humility, her natural grace. She's extremely kind hearted. And it blows me away when extremely successful individuals are so deeply, genuinely grounded and wanting to do incredible things for the world. In the same way, she is going to give us an extra dose of motivation. Today's our guest, she is the struggler, which she called herself, is coming from the challenging economy of Ukraine after its independence from Russia in August 1991, with only one dream of travel and create her destiny. And in today's world, she is a successful entrepreneur in a globally connected market of Dubai, United Arab Emirates. She is the founder of food company which is called Inas Exim. It is based in Dubai. So welcome Nadia and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dr. Shashi. Good afternoon, all. I really happy to be at the platform, and I really want to share my experience, how I became a successful entrepreneur with a company based in the hub of international trading, which is in UAE. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. So let me start by getting to know about you to our audiences. Tell about yourself and your journey to reach on this platform and what is like to having your own company and successful business.
Actually, my journey started in different country, and I would never expected ever in my life that I can land up in UAE to have my company here. But from childhood, I had already that entrepreneurship in me. Even when I was in kindergarten, I used to buy chewy gums and sell the wrapping, which was like turbo. I think whoever is my age, they know it. And to my classmates, they give me like 25 copies so I can buy three more pieces and to check who's missing which pictures and, resell it. And that was my first gain money at the age of 5, as a small part. But yeah, when situation worsened and in 1991 Ukraine separated from Russia, economy really had a challenging times. Even sometimes we didn't have food. My mom used to go to buy like
Yeah,
small fishes to to
yeah.
fry them just to have some protein in the house, and my parents
Mm-hmm.
didn't have money to pay for my study.
Mm-hmm.
So the good part that, at least in Ukraine, it was like schooling for free, that I graduate, and I did an agreement with my parents, pay only for first year in my university, and I want to go whatever I want, international business,
Mm-hmm.
and I will take care of myself. So I started officially working at the age of 18. And then in parallel, I was working and I was handling my job and my study. And my first travel out of Ukraine was go to Egypt. That's the job I found through internet. I was doing a lot of researches. I just won't go out. My English was very weak. I tried. I always studied. And in Egypt, I spent 1 year, and then I came to Dubai. And then I was so fascinated about food. Um, I want to continue in that career. So I changed a lot of jobs because it was very difficult for me to get visa. I
Yeah.
was living in Sharjah. I was living in shared accommodation, waking up like at 5:30 and traveling back to Dubai, working here. By car
Mm-hmm.
lift, go back in the night, coming back at 9 p.m. and then have one day off and changing visa so many times on my own cost because it was always rejected.
Right.
Then I found job to do sales in a food company, and I didn't have driving license. So all my sales was done by public transport in Dubai at 50-degree outside. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like being a female at the age of 24 and doing sales in Dubai in public transport. I believe whoever live here, they understand me. And the idea of business came, I started to work in multinational company, and multinational company doing co-packing, yeah, and have
Yeah.
their own factories. So I understood the process and I thought, okay, why can't I try something like that? So I started as a partner in one company. We registered in England.
Right.
We started to do trading commodities like sunflower oil. My core business was
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I understood margins, I understood how it worked, you know, the challenges of do branded business, do trading commodities, and so on. So then I start to realize, you know, market needs something bigger than just trading commodities.
Right.
And yeah, I start to develop my own brands. I start to work with Ukrainian manufacturers. Basically, I want to promote my country because I know how much it was suffered and I know potential. And I know in this part of the world, Ukraine was not that much famous country as a manufacturer. So I start to work with to gain knowledge, to work with manufacturers, come back to UAE, try samples in the market to understand how food is working, what
Yeah.
needs to be adjusted. So I start to involve in technologies, and slowly, slowly, I develop my own products, my own brands. So now I do distribution in GCC and North Africa. But yeah, I want to expand more, and my outsourcing also increase. I'm not focusing now only on Ukraine. I'm also focusing US. I'm focusing in Europe. I expanded into organic food. Now I'm working on organic feed for animals,
Right.
basically to produce healthy foods, yeah, for future generations.
Mm-hmm.
That's the core. And you know, when the stage came, like I always want to be an entrepreneur and I don't want to be an employee. That was like always my target. And now it's almost 1.5 years since I left my last job. I was a commercial manager in Lactalis, handling UAE market. It was really hard decision, but I know my kids need me, my family need me. I need to focus more on them, and I need to focus more on to grow my company.
Right.
Um, and finally, I decided, yes, I think that's the time. It's okay. It's money not every time important, but important what you want to do in your life. What is your
Absolutely. I
passion?
absolutely. I agree with your last point that money is not important every time. To follow your passion and your purpose is it takes you to achieve everything, whatever you're desiring for. So, and I think the perspective is so important to develop ourselves. So, what kind of problems and challenges did you find or face while settling up your own business?
The first, I believe, as any good entrepreneur, always lose money. So I think that was like the first shock for me. I bought a house in Dubai based on all my savings. I'm here like 15 years. So, and that house, I gave it for mortgage, yeah, refinance loan. And on that money, I start to do my business. And like first 6 months of successful shipments, finally I lost money. My container just disappeared in the port. And now I have court case, which I'm fighting for it, but it's been like almost 3 years now.
Mhm.
That was the first challenge, yeah. So I've learned on my mistake. I've learned how to protect myself legally, like how to go for international insurance companies to avoid this kind of situation.
Mhm.
And in my country, everything by law and everything with the lawyers. Yeah, here the situation is in UAE, not every company has a lawyer,
Right.
and like law, it's not that much reinforced here, like in Ukraine. Then I
Mhm.
start to put SOPs in my company, and I change the partner. So I start my independent company from 2018 that I was fully into business, and business belongs to
Mhm.
me.
Right.
Actually, I lost money because of my partner. So yeah, that was the first challenge. The second challenge, and I think it's more worse than you're losing money. At least you're learning, you know how to regain, and you can stand up and go. Uh,
Mhm.
but what I notice when you are working, people nice to you, people try to help you and so on, because you are on kind of high position and big company, so you have your voice, you have your value.
Yeah.
The moment when you are living corporate structure and you are coming as entrepreneur, you are facing situation nobody wanted. Nobody want to listen. Nobody want to see prosperity of others. And
Mhm.
without like doing things to people, people are hating you for the sake that you are successful. And it's not only your ex-colleagues, it's also your friends around you. Like name it now, I have very limited society that I'm happy and I can trust and they can come and visit my family. Otherwise, I cut off a lot on relations, and I notice like you have to be very firm in your communication. Whom are you talking? What are you saying? A lot of things you should not say, that people would not simply feel jealous about you. So you have to have that feeling of emotions and the vibes of other people just to try to remove negativity from your life and focus only on positive people. People who can bring you and lift you up, not the people who would put you down. And I
Mhm.
know that a lot of people they like just to complain. Complain about anything. The weather is bad. I fell down today or anything, anything. Those kind of people you have to remove from your life, even if they are like business partners, they are clients and so on. I'm very choosy about my client base. I had before like around 20 customers, now I have only three that I already like work with him for a long time. I'm happy. I mean, three that is consistent. Yeah, I have small customers and so on, but my chunk of business was those top three clients that I keep it. And even during a pandemic, my business didn't suffer. In fact, I even promote my people. We changed the business strategy. We start to focus more about brand development, about like, okay, let's change website. Let's see how we can grow. Let's start to more materialize our social media. Let's start to
Mhm.
get active on LinkedIn. We open profile of an ASIC team on LinkedIn. We start to do posts. We start to focus on health development. Sorry, health, wellness of people, what kind of products we can develop that would help you with you to maintain lifestyle, to maintain biovital vitality of your organism. Yeah.
Definitely,
So we start to
definitely.
focus. Yeah, we start to focus more on organic food now. We start to focus more about packaging material, to change our products, to focus more about life. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we put up segregation like, okay, we have actually 3 weekends, not like every company. Every company they have one or two. We have three. In simple manner that in Dubai it's Friday, Saturday. In Ukraine it's Saturday, Sunday. So we did three
Definitely.
days off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to make everybody happy. Yeah, and my
That's
team,
really
we don't,
yeah.
yeah, we are
Definitely.
not attached to
I
office.
hearing all your these kind of stories are really motivating, and listening that how your business, how your company perform better even during those COVID challenges which are globally impacted most of businesses. It's inspiring and motivating for many people, and same time you're setting up the work culture for your company, which is itself a trademark, or I can say it's a one new thing where people are trying getting pushed or it's stressed by overwork or having a fear to lose their job. especially during this COVID time. So what way you felt this, like even this time your company flourishes, you made a lot of new thing. What was driving? It was your self motivational power, or it's in business your connections, or uh, your employees. What was your strength during that time, or especially current time?
During COVID, we moved more into online trading.
Mm-hmm.
We tied up with government organization. It's called TradeLink. So we register ourselves in platform. We supported them. We try to educate them also on trading, how trading has operates. Yeah. So we start to work as a team to develop different kind of packaging. So we've got customers during that period.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, one of them just materialized recently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I started on LinkedIn, and then we focus about studying. The good part
Mm-hmm.
that Harvard University were given free courses online. So my team also did social media course, they did leadership course, and I was focusing like, okay, which course I have to do? Let's focus at least if we cannot go out on our own development. Yeah. So we were
That's
working more about tangible things like how to promote our company, how to grow our company, changing
Mhm.
some strategies, tied up on social media, register ourselves on different platforms. We registered in India, we registered in US, our marketing department
Yeah.
to promote more products. We start to segregate product range, yeah, where we are getting more margins. We start to analyze profitability of each item, where to bring focus, what we want to do. We started a new product as chicken. We never trade
Mm-hmm.
with the chicken. During pandemic, we offer to our clients. We tied up with
Mm-hmm.
our manufacturer, so we start to trade
Mm-hmm.
chicken.
Right.
Sunflower oil price has gone up, so we
Mm-hmm.
change it. We stop to sell sunflower oil. We start to focus more on cheese
Mm-hmm.
items. Basically, whatever was during that pandemic period, whatever market needs. The good part that I'm decision maker,
Right.
and
Definitely.
you don't need a lot of approvals. It's just like, okay, guys, today something doesn't work. Tomorrow we woke up. Okay, let's change. Let's change. Let's do something new. Let's focus on what people need. Now maybe we don't need to promote ourselves and impose ourselves with our products. Whatever they need,
Yeah.
let's trade that product. Why
Yeah.
to lose opportunities?
Yes.
So yeah,
That's
it's changed a
true.
lot the way of
Mm-hmm.
our thinking during
Yeah,
pandemic.
definitely. That is true that many times we need to change our strategies and focus what really people are looking for or they need for. So similarly, like when you are dealing a lot of things, is there any setbacks or moments that made you feel like to go or grow?
As I said about my business, see, I had a challenge. I was working for one multinational company. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
basically that's from where I started really understand. No, I need to focus on my business. They
Mm-hmm.
gave me termination letter based that I have my company. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what choice I had? Either just move on or fight for my rights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't left it. I went to the court. I defend myself. It took almost 2 years for me to fight and to get check with all my indemnity, with the legal termination case, and to get my rights back and to move on with my business. Whatever they try me to stop it, I continue it, and
Right.
I believe it was right decision that I should not. I should
Mm-hmm.
not like stop myself from whatever other people want me to do.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any contract. Everything was legal. My boss already knew about it. It's just like some kind of political environment that someone want to remove me from my position. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not the type of person I focus on problem. I always focus on strategy. Okay, I have the problem. I have to deal with it. So what I will do for it. A lot of people they will focus. Okay, I have a problem, and what you will sit and cry about it, right? It's not a solution, and it would not lead you anywhere. So
That's
for sure you have
motivating.
to, for sure
Yes.
you have to do something.
Yeah, that's
So that's what
motivating
I
to
always,
hearing.
yeah, what I always believe, you never focus on your target. Yeah. Okay, I want to be entrepreneur. I want to be entrepreneur. Okay, it's nice way of thinking, but what are you doing for it, right? So you have to build up a strategy, right? To focus on your strategy, and your target will come by itself. So you should not like stuck in your mind. Okay, I am inspired because I have a target in my life. No, you have to be inspired how to achieve the target.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fascinating and motivating actually. It's really high dose of motivation that not to focus on target, but to focus on your steps, how you are gonna go and cover those steps to achieve. That's beautiful and actually that's very powerful. So as we know, we are affected by our background, our history, and all the connecting points of in our life, and sometimes they don't seem all that they are right or they are going in a correct direction, but at some moment we feel they bring a lot of power and they bring us together, those moments which we are looking for. Did you find something like that in your life?
Actually, I believe everything in your life is a learning point. And even those people who try to put me down, I really appreciate, because if not them in my life, I would never achieve where I am, because I was been pushed out of my comfort zone, yeah, out of my corner, and like either make it or break it, yeah. So if not that point, definitely I would not do anything, yeah. So sometimes it's really required. Sometimes you need that push, someone either pick you or put you down, that you'll wake up. No, I have much more power than people think I am, and I can do a lot of other things. So I believe, yes, whatever we have in our life, we have to always take it positively as a learning step for everything. And when I lost my money, what lesson I got out of it. My dream was always like, I want to go to London Business School. When I arrived to Dubai, because it was like 320,000 dirham yearly, and I put my application and they didn't accept me. Yeah, and I got very offended. How come I have such a great experience of working for corporate? And I thought
Right.
like, okay, forget it. Like, I will do something. Yeah, and then I opened my company. Then I lost my money. And then what I've learned how to open offshore company on distance, how to open bank account in any European bank, how to do transfer currencies, how to do accounting system. Now all accounting system I'm doing by myself. So I've learned a lot of things before I lost money with my partner, because he showed me the way how to do it. So even if
Right.
I'll go to London Business School, I would never learn that. They'll never tell me how to open company, how to open accounting system, and so on. They would give you like
Mm-hmm.
some top line, whatever is written in the books. So okay, you go, you open company, register, and so on. But nobody will teach you practical things. So at that point,
Yes.
like, okay, I lost $100,000, and the study in London Business School would cost me the same. But I would never open company, right?
Yeah, I agree with your point. Like many kind of things we can't learn even in our schools or in our education, whereas we are learning in the field or being getting ourself experience being in the field. So, if I miss something, or is there any something that you would like to share, or you feel that people should know to grow themselves? I know you have lot of motivation by yourself experimenting and a lot of stories, but what one thing you feel, or maybe something which I'm missing to ask you, that people should know how they can grow themselves?
Actually, I always believe you have to always put long-term targets and short-term targets. And once you do that vision for yourself, you have to develop a strategy. Okay, it's not only what I want, it should be realistic, So, and you have to plan how to do it, and step by step. Like, for example, for me, when I graduate university, I already set up for myself, okay, at the age of 30, I should buy my first house. I should have my company. And at the age of 40, I want to buy a yacht with specific size and so on. Yeah. So So until now, okay, plus minus 1 year, I always been achieve those big targets because I was put in plan. Okay, how much does it cost if I want to buy a house, and how much money I need to grow in my current position, yeah, to get it, even if I take loan. And then, okay, it's not enough. So how much salary I need to have to achieve it? Okay, that's the much salary. So which position I have to have? At what age I want to move? Either I continue with my own company or I have to move. Maybe I like my job. I don't like what I can change. So for me, I always plan, no, I want to be entrepreneur. I want to have company because whatever I put targets for me, if I work in my current position, it would not work. It's definitely need much more money for it. Then, okay, what type of business? Then I start to check a lot investment into national bonds. I checked a lot of investment programs, like, okay, because I was in corporate, I'm scared to start. And so I've done a lot of planning to follow my achievements, what I want to achieve. Yeah. So what I recommend for people, yes, you put your targets, what you want in your life, and then you make a plan where you are now, analyze how you want to do about it, and then make calculation if it's workable or not. That means maybe you are not in position where you have to be now. Maybe you have to change now or the future which you want to see yourself. And minimum I put a plan always 10 years. Not only for me, also for my family, for my kids, and even for my employees. I already did plan for them that they think about their future and about their kids the same way. I'm helping them to think and tell me about your children what you want. And from my perspective, also I want to help my employers to educate their generation. Yeah. That my company as an ASIC team will invest into future of my employees, so that it's long term tied up. It's I don't want people to look for another job. I want them to stay with me.
That's
So yeah.
beautiful and incredible, and I like that. Set your goals and take the steps by step to achieve those goals and target. It's a beautiful strategy. So once again, I'm so grateful and honored and humbled that you are doing this. Thank you so much, and thank you being here. It's great to be with you, Nadia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Shashi.
and thank you all for watching and listening. And I'll see you again in the next episode on Women's Dialogue. For more information, please check the details in the description below. And if you would like to connect with Nadia, the links are available in the description below as well. Thank you. And
Thank you so much. Yeah.